NASCAR suspends Chase Elliott, and the ripple effects are fascinating. How's it going, y'all? My name is Eric. Welcome to Out of the Groove. Before we get to the big breaking news, I do have to thank our sponsor today, Freedom Warranty, the nation's fastest provider of extended vehicle protection plans. Freedom Warranty knows that whether you have a new vehicle or a vehicle with over 100,000 miles, you deserve great warranty protection. When you contact Freedom Warranty, their vehicle service contract administrators will help you find the best coverage for your specific needs. Did I mention that Freedom Warranty, they're huge NASCAR fans. They've been partnered with Spencer Boyd in the Craftsman Truck Series. Head to freedomwarranty.com right now. Also, click the link down in the description below to learn more. Big breaking news this evening. NASCAR has suspended Chase Elliott for this upcoming weekend's race at Gateway. Real quick, in case somehow you missed the on-track incident, yesterday, just before halfway in the Coca-Cola 600, Denny Hamlin was racing to the inside of Chase Elliott. When he slid up the track, squeezed Chase Elliott into the outside wall. Elliott then appeared to turn sharp left, hooking Denny Hamlin headfirst into the outside wall. Both drivers crashed out. Denny Hamlin immediately called Chase Elliott's move intentional and said he should be parked for it. Now, Chase Elliott, politically correct, said that it wasn't on purpose, said that something broke after he hit the outside wall. NASCAR said during the race yesterday, actually, that they would review this incident, and review it they have. NASCAR VP of Competition, Elton Sawyer, was on SiriusXM NASCAR radio this evening, and he explained NASCAR's decision.
After looking at all the available resources, in-car camera, data, SMT, which basically gives us steering, gives us throttle, gives us braking, it was an intentional act by Chase, in our opinion and our view after reviewing all the available resources there.
I'll go ahead and read part of NASCAR's official statement that explains the rules that they say Chase Elliott broke. Officials cited sections 4.3.a and 4.4.c and d of the NASCAR Member Code of Conduct laid out in the NASCAR rulebook in Elliott's suspension. Section 4.3.a cites NASCAR member conduct and states, correct and proper conduct both on and off the racetrack is part of a member's responsibilities. Section 4.4.c lists removing another competitor from championship contention in a dangerous manner when not racing for position based on the available evidence and specific circumstances of the incident, as one of two actions that could result in a penalty, including race suspensions. Listed as an example in the rulebook is clearly forcing another competitor into the wall in an abrupt and unambiguous manner, while Section 4.4.d lists actions by a NASCAR member that NASCAR finds to be detrimental to stock car racing or NASCAR as an action that could result in a fine and or indefinite suspension. Oh, okay, I started to read that passage and then I realized like halfway through that was a mistake because that was just word soup. That was a mouthful. But that one sentence about clearly forcing another competitor into the wall in an abrupt and unambiguous manner, yeah, I think we can say after looking at Chase Elliott, looking at that SMT data, takes a hard left. Yeah, it certainly looked on purpose, and the result potentially could have been devastating. That was a huge hit Denny Hamlin took. That is a fast racetrack, a bad angle there in the dogleg. It was a bad decision. I called for it last night. Based on what I could see, the evidence that had at that point been supplied, Chase Elliott appeared to wreck Denny Hamlin on purpose. And based on precedent that was set last year when Bubba Wallace was suspended for doing something very similar, I believe Chase Elliott should have been suspended. So I do think NASCAR made the right call here. Chase Elliott will sit out Gateway. Hendrick Motorsports released a statement. We understand NASCAR's need to maintain consistency in its officiating. The penalty will not be appealed, and we will submit a formal request for a playoff waiver. Corey LaJoie will drive the number 9 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 this weekend at Worldwide Technology Raceway. We are grateful to Corey for stepping in and to the team at Spire Motorsports for making him available. Holy shit, you heard that right. Corey LaJoie, Super Shoe, is going to drive the number 9 Hendrick Motorsports Chevy at Gateway. What? I'll get back to Chase Elliott in a moment, but Corey LaJoie, this is kind of ironic because earlier this morning, also on SiriusXM NASCAR radio, Corey LaJoie said that Chase Elliott shouldn't be suspended.
I don't think it's the same scenario. I don't believe that Chase should be suspended. I don't agree with it. I don't like it. It's not a good look, but
Oh, the irony is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Besides that, this is an incredible opportunity for Corey LaJoie. This is what all those pennies have been stacking towards. Remember, a few years ago, Corey LaJoie wrote Rick Hendrick a handwritten letter to consider him for the number 48 car. Yes, this substitution role is just a one-off, but it's symbolic of the amount of respect Chevrolet has for him, how committed they are to him. Corey LaJoie is having a tremendous season. He's 20th in points in a Spire Motorsports car, and we're more than halfway through the regular season. That's extremely impressive, and it's cool to see Chevrolet and I guess Hendrick Motorsports rewarding that. That is awesome to see. Now, it's worth mentioning that all of the Xfinity Series regulars will be in Portland this weekend, halfway across the country. If that wasn't the case, they might have gone with Josh Berry once again, or another JRM driver, I don't know. But this is an awesome opportunity for Corey LaJoie. Who's gonna get the 7 then? Who's gonna drive his car? Oh my gosh. It's Carson Hocevar. Lots of good feels in this tweet right here. 1 year apart, dream come true. Never could have imagined showing back up a year later in a Cup car. That is crazy. Good luck to Carson Hocevar. I like Carson Hocevar personally. I've been critical of his on-track actions. Boy, the irony just gets thicker and thicker and thicker. Carson Hocevar himself has gotten into hot water in recent years for doing silly stuff on the racetrack, including right-rearing someone at IRP. He's the beneficiary of Chase Elliott right-rearing someone in this case. Okay, no, I'm going to stop joking about the irony. Happy for Carson Hocevar, 20 years old. This is maybe a somewhat questionable pick to put an inexperienced, sometimes in over his head 20-year-old behind the wheel of a Cup Series car that's very much in owner's points contention. That's questionable perhaps, but I am very excited for Carson Hocevar. And he has done well for Spire in the Xfinity Series the past few weeks, just making some one-offs. He was 6th at Darlington, that's impressive, and 8th last night at Charlotte. So the kid has a ton of raw talent, just needs to refine that, eliminate some of the bad decisions, and he could be a star one day. So I am looking forward to seeing Hocevar make his Cup Series debut. Again, he's a Truck Series guy. If the Xfinity Series wasn't in the Pacific Northwest, good chance they go with someone else. But I don't know, perfect storm for Corey LaJoie to get the best ride of his career and for Carson Hocevar to make his Cup debut sooner than anyone saw coming. All right, let's get back now to Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott is currently 81 points below the cut line. He lost 15 or 20 points this weekend at Charlotte thanks to this incident. 81 points below now Alex Bowman, his teammate, who actually moved back into the final playoff spot this past weekend. 81 points back. He's going to miss this weekend, probably will lose another 15 to 20 points if I had to guess. He'll likely be about 100 points below the cut line when he gets back behind the wheel. There will be 11 regular season races to go. Can Chase Elliott make up 100 plus points in 11 weeks? Maybe? I don't know. What if someone like Ty Gibbs gets a win? He's been showing good speed lately. What if Daniel Suarez, Chase Briscoe, or Austin Cindric gets a win? They all won a race last year. Suddenly that cut line will continue to move further and further away. Look, Chase Elliott drives for Hendrick Motorsports. He's had great speed. He's been top 5, top 10ing the field to death in every race he's run that he hasn't crashed out of. But he hasn't yet shown the same consistent winning speed that his teammates Kyle Larson and William Byron have. So to say Chase Elliott's for sure going to win a race this summer, I'm not as confident as I was 6 or 8 weeks ago. He may need to point his way in, and this mistake at Charlotte cost him a bunch of points in that race and is now going to cost him a bunch of points at Gateway. And he just doesn't have time to throw races away at this point. When he comes back, he's going to need to be Kyle Busch 2015. If he doesn't win, he's going to need to be inside the top 5 and top 10 every single week, collecting stage points, which he's more than capable of. But this is just unnecessary strain and stress to put on yourself and your race team. That's what surprised me the most yesterday. I'm not used to seeing Chase Elliott lose his cool and lose sight of the bigger picture. But he did yesterday. It cost his team then, and it's going to cost him another week as well. It stinks, but it will be an interesting story to follow this summer. Can Chase Elliott race his way back into playoff contention? Or can he win his way back into playoff contention? That's always possible. As for the decision itself, once again, I think NASCAR made the right call. And it was not an easy call to make. I think looking at the data, looking at the replays, it was pretty clear Chase Elliott turned left and hooked Hamlin on purpose. I guess that's just my opinion, but all the data I've seen and replays I've seen continue to back that up. But it wasn't an easy decision because this is NASCAR's most popular driver. Gateway is close to a sellout this weekend. There are going to be Chase Elliott fans in the stands this weekend who are not happy that their favorite driver's not there. The TV rating will almost certainly take a hit. It did the 6 weeks Elliott was injured. That's a tough pill for NASCAR, Gateway, Fox, all their partners to swallow. But they had to swallow it. They had to take their medicine in this case because they had to be consistent. You can't favor one driver or team over another. It's a terrible situation to be put into, but based on all the evidence, Chase Elliott had to be suspended this week. I'm glad NASCAR was consistent and issued this penalty. I've seen some fans over the past 24 hours suggest that Chase Elliott shouldn't be penalized because, while yes, just like Bubba, he did right rear someone, Bubba Wallace last year got out of his car and started shoving Larson, blah, blah, blah. If we go back and look at Steve O'Donnell's comments right after they suspended Wallace, he explicitly said that NASCAR focused in on what Wallace did with his car rather than what happened afterwards. Wallace was suspended for right-rearing Larson, not for the shoving match afterwards. The precedent was set then. I applaud NASCAR for being consistent now. It stinks. I'm not happy that Chase Elliott is going to miss a race, but it was the right decision. NASCAR has to officiate fairly, and this was the fair call. Give me your thoughts down in the comment section below. This is all hitting right before dinner time, so this is very spur of the moment, very stream of consciousness, but let me know what you think. Your initial reaction to this news that Chase Elliott, wow, it's real. He's been suspended for a race. Whoa. Thank you so much for watching this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed. If you love NASCAR and you want to stay in the loop on the latest news, rumors, drama, race recaps, and more, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And thank you to my Patreon supporters for your very generous support. I was in the middle of working on a different video when this news dropped, so you'll probably see that episode tomorrow. I might have to reword some things in light of this new news, but thanks for watching, y'all. I'll see you again very, very soon. Have a wonderful rest of your evening.